Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/secretspiceoflife. Over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player.
Welcome to some shit that's considered legendary.
Hey, what is going on, you variety-loving people? Hope you had some spice to your day. Welcome back to Secret Spice of Life. We are your hosts. I'm Brandon.
And I'm Jordan.
And if you're new to the podcast, welcome. Well, today I just wanted to kind of talk about something interesting in the health realm. I guess I stumbled upon. I can't speak at all today, but I stumbled upon. I was listening to like Joe Rogan's podcast, and I was already like thinking about this. It's just funny how when you think of stuff, you stumble upon like more stuff about it like later. Like, I don't know, has that ever happened to you? Like you thought about something like, say, something you didn't know like a lot about, and then you learned about it later just by like doing like what you normally would. Like, I'd normally listen to Joe Rogan's podcast or something like that, and like you get more information on it like accidentally.
Yeah, I guess sometimes.
Yeah, but
It's funny. I was just laughing because it's funny that you're talking about like good health, and I'm sitting here eating pizza rolls.
Well,
I think this is the second episode in a row that I've been eating on. Did I eat the Oreos in the last episode? Or was there an
before.
Yeah, we had the like playback episode in between.
Yeah,
Josh's one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was the Super Bowl episode. I ate Oreos, I think. Yeah. That was the second half of it.
Yeah, but but if you haven't checked that out, go watch us or listen to us. You can't watch us, unfortunately, on the Victims and Villains podcast. Half of it's on ours and the other half's on theirs. So, but today I want to talk about it's called like an elimination diet, but I'm gonna branch off into a bunch of other stuff too, because it's like what I'm kind of experimenting with. Because I don't remember how long ago our acne episode was. That was like episode 30 something now. I think. Yeah, but so that was at least like over a month or two ago. But yeah, I mean, like how we talked about like some, like how I don't eat dairy, stuff like that. I've like broke it down like even more because I noticed like when I think I obviously haven't eaten dairy in like a long time, but like I kept like breaking out even with just not eating dairy and stuff like that. So I kind of tried to figure out what else would cause acne and stuff like that. And they said it's like inflammatory food. So it's dairy. They said eggs, which I don't know why eggs would be an inflammatory food. Soy, dairy, soy, eggs, gluten, and there's like some there's like two other little things like high fructose corn syrup, which I don't really drink anyway. I don't drink pop or anything really.
That's in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
That's in ketchup and stuff too.
Oh really? Yeah, I know
it's like a small bit, but.
Yeah, I know
I'm pretty sure it's in there.
I know it's in like a lot of pop, like energy drinks and stuff like that. It's soda for all of you Southerners. But and there was like another little thing that I didn't know what it was. It was just like some chemical that's like in some foods and stuff like that. But I don't really eat that much like processed food. I eat like pretty clean, I'd say. I don't know. Do I eat processed food a lot?
Well, I mean, that frozen salmon that you eat is probably not the best thing.
Well, that's the first time I've eaten salmon out of a box.
I guess fish has to be frozen to stay fresh, but
yeah. But I mean, I usually eat salmon that's like unseasoned and everything. It's just like literally a slab of salmon that's frozen and there's nothing like done to it.
You eat a lot of red meat though, which is.
Yeah. That's. We'll talk about that too.
You end up with heart problems or something.
I should have brought a pen to write that down, but I'll talk about that too. But to talk about like the elimination diet, basically it's supposed to kind of like reduce inflammation in the body, which is also good for your organs. It's not just like good for your skin, but they think it's like related. And I think we talked about on our acne episode, it was right after my dermatologist meeting, and I asked the dermatologist about or asked like if I can eat different foods to help with like my acne, and they said that there's no connection. They literally that's what they basically said, because
they probably just lie to you because they want you to take their medicine.
Yeah, they want me to buy their expensive medicine, But yeah, I mean, even there's even like a lot of studies that quote unquote suggest, but basically point to that certain foods cause problems with skins, but it's person to person. That's why they can't say it's like an actual thing, because I mean everybody's different though. That's what they don't play that into like the studies, but yeah, I mean it's even proven like that a lot of foods like gluten, it's not for everybody, but like a lot of people have gluten problems just because like they either feel like sick. Cause didn't Dad like feel sick for a while?
Dad's allergic to it.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess he's like partially. I don't know. He eats it sometimes, but he used to eat it a lot, and it made him sick.
Yeah.
And then he had to go on a diet.
Yeah, for like.
And
oh, good.
I don't know. I feel like I get that sometimes too. Like if I eat too much of something like bread, then I start to get sick.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed that. Like I don't know. I was like talking to Shania at work, and she said it might be the gym that's making you sick. But like there was like a couple weeks like straight where my stomach would just like be killing me in the morning. Like I felt like I was gonna like throw up.
It could be the gym though.
Yeah, you're around all those people.
Hundreds of people a day.
Yeah, but. Yeah, it's not like I'm shaking all their hands or anything. I'm just kind of chilling.
You're around them in a closed building.
I guess, but I don't know. There was just days where I just felt like complete shit. Like, to be completely honest. But
you know what else? What else contributes to that?
What?
The weather changes and stuff
all
the time.
Like, there was like drastic
going from warm to freezing cold to freezing cold to warm. Like
yeah, we had drastic weather changes the last 2 weeks from like it was like 50-degree difference.
60 to 17 in a matter of 8 hours.
Yeah,
something. Like if it's 60
ridiculous,
degrees at 1 a.m. and then you walk outside at 10.
Yeah,
and it's freaking freezing.
Yeah, but yeah, that's ridiculous. Like I swear, but does that happen like a lot of different places that it's like there's that drastic of a change? Besides, like
this time of year, probably now it is like it never used to be like that.
Yeah,
it used to just be cold all the time.
But yeah, and I've been doing like a lot of like research on this. So basically, all you're supposed to eat is like it doesn't matter the meat as long as it's like not highly processed. Yeah. You can eat like rice for like carbs. I eat sweet potatoes a lot or normal potatoes. Any type of vegetable really no restrictions on that. Yeah, but I don't know what other carbs were. I mean, you could eat beans too if you wanted. Just no like bread. No like cereal. You can eat oats.
Wait, so what's this supposed to do though? Just take the inflammation off?
Yeah, and it's supposed to help with like gut repair damage. Like these people that have like leaky gut syndrome eat like a lot of gluten, which causes.
So gluten causes inflammation.
Yeah, it's like an inflammatory. Well, for some people, it's not for everybody. Like it's not like a straight line across the.
I mean, like I feel like it is for everybody to some stretch because like you can feel like even if you don't like get sick from eating gluten or eating whatever bread or whatever.
Yeah.
Like when you eat a lot of it, you feel like a lot more full than you would if you like ate something else. If you ate something that doesn't have a lot of breading or something on it.
But the thing is, man, there's Hawaiian rolls. I can kill like a whole packet of Hawaiian rolls myself and not feel full. But I'll sleep for the next like 8 hours.
Yeah, like I don't know. It's like I mean, like if I eat a lot of pizza with like pizzas that have like thick crust on them, then that makes me like it makes me tired for sure. Like if I eat a lot of it. But, yeah. Like other than I don't really eat bread that much anymore, to be honest. I eat hamburgers, just as hamburger, like no buns or anything. I haven't eaten hot dogs for a while.
Hot dogs aren't that good for you.
That much, huh?
I said hot dogs are not good for you.
I don't even eat them. You're the one that used to scarf them down.
Oh yeah, I used to eat them all the time. Freshman year of college, I used to eat rice, macaroni, and hot dogs mixed together.
That's disgusting.
I know, it sounds disgusting, but I used to eat it all the time because it was like so convenient. But what was I gonna say now? Crap, I can't even remember. Oh yeah. But how you mentioned that you get like tired like after you eat a lot of bread.
Yeah.
I always thought it was because I always ate like eggs, like some type of like chopped up potato, like a hash brown or something like that, and like slices of bread. Yeah. And I used to think that the potatoes made me tired, but since I haven't been eating gluten, I've been eating potatoes. I haven't been that tired. Like especially like they used to make me like super tired, I thought, but it must have been like the bread, like with the potatoes, that made me tired.
Maybe.
That's because it was like heavy, I guess.
Oh no, are potatoes like a like do they contribute to energy gain though? Like,
yeah, they're a carb. They're a starchy carb, but yeah.
I thought it was they always told you like it was bad to eat like fries or something before like you play sports or something.
Yeah,
like,
it's fries are that well, it's a fried food.
A fry's not that much different than a potato though. I mean, it is a potato. I mean, but it's just fried instead of you eating the baked version of it.
Well, there's like a lot of differences between a sweet potato and a and a regular potato too.
What's the difference?
Just like the types of vitamins that are in it. And the color of the food also has to contribute to how like rich in nutrients it is.
Wait, an orange potato?
Yeah.
Potato
You know those purple potatoes?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and also sweet potatoes are in the yam family, so they kind of contribute to that.
Looked like it. I didn't even know that was a sweet potato when I put it
they're
in the
big as
oven
hell.
for you. That thing was like a banana size.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, I know that's the thing too. Since I've been eating like this, man, I've been eating like the amount of food you can eat, and like I haven't been getting close to like my calories. I don't think just because like the food's so like calorically like dense, like for how much you eat. But it's ridiculous. But I mean, I noticed my energy's like a little bit better. And I mean, I ate pizza yesterday. That like vegan pizza at Blaze. Technically, I could have got gluten free bread.
I didn't even know they made vegan pizza at Blaze.
Well, yeah, I mean it's just like vegan cheese. That's all the differences.
Oh. I mean, oh my god, I'm like stuttering to death. Right. But do they have like gluten free bread?
Yeah, they do, but I didn't get it. That's like the thing. I was just seeing like if I would like flare up or anything. I didn't flare up. I remember that freaking I ate that what did I have? I can't even remember now. I had bread somewhere. And I freaking had that cyst on my back. Remember it just like flared up. I showed you.
You have one on your shoulder now too.
No, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's gone now though. It went down a lot. Yeah. But yeah, it just like flared up. And I ate pizza yesterday and I haven't seen any flare ups. So maybe, I don't know. But I'm just gonna like experiment with it for like 8 weeks and just see what happens. And even if you do have gut damage, apparently after you do an elimination diet and your gut health like goes back, apparently you can tolerate those foods like after that, which is like interesting. It has.
But then if you go back to it, like eating them too much again,
it's
just gonna cause it.
Yeah, that's you know who Ben Greenfield is?
No.
He's like a big like anti-aging and health like enthusiast, and he does like a lot of his own like personal research. But I'm gonna talk about some of the other stuff he does. But but he did like an elimination diet. As he had like bad problems with like gluten and stuff like that, but he said that it has to do with like your gut biome and how it digests the food. Yeah. It's how your body takes it. He said if your gut biome is messed up, then you won't be able to like digest the food like properly. So, and he said people that have problems like gaining weight and stuff, it is your metabolism. But he said also how your body like metabolizes the food is also like a problem. But he said that his wife makes sourdough bread, and he said that she slow cooks it for 24 hours, and then there's no gluten in it because of that. It doesn't like activate the gluten that's in like the made with the bread.
How do you slow cook bread for 24 hours? Like how low would you have to put it?
I don't know how low you'd have to put that. Yeah, probably like under 100 degrees.
You could just put the freaking stove on like anything and heat up bread.
Oh yeah, I know. You'd have to put it on like 100 degrees probably. That might be too high.
Oh, yeah, I know. Geez, that did.
Room temperature is like, body temperature is like 96 degrees.
It's pretty easy to heat up bread, though. I don't know how long it would actually take.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jeez, that's crazy.
That's interesting. Yeah, but he said it doesn't like activate the gluten that's in the bread if you slow cook it. And he said that's why he brought Joe Rogan doesn't eat bread. So he brought Joe Rogan a loaf of sourdough bread. But he said like I've been doing this too just because like I haven't been like that hungry in the mornings. I've been like fasting for 12 hours. Like I'll eat like whenever I wake up, I'll like go to the gym and then I'll eat after the gym, and then like say I eat at like 9 a.m. or whatever. I'll eat. Well, I'll just eat all day till whenever I want, and then whenever I stop, I don't eat for like the next 12 hours. So say I stop at like 9 at night, and then I wouldn't eat till 9 a.m. the next day. So, like fasting for like 12 hours. Apparently, there's a study done with rats, and they had, everything's done with like mice or rats, but they had one rat that ate a meal every single day, and they had one rat that ate a meal, skipped the day, ate a meal, skipped the day, like kept doing that. And the rat lived significantly longer than like the other rat. And they did this on like 100 different studies, and it was the same outcome every single time.
I mean, like that would be like a significant difference to humans, though, because rats probably don't eat that much.
Well, yeah, but there's
if I went like a day like eating my mind out, and then the next day not eating anything, I'd probably like be sick.
There's people that fast for 48 hours, so that's the thing. And it's
I mean, like you have to make it through, like, because I've watched videos on people fasting before, and you have to make it through like the first 2 or 3 days. Like if you're doing a week-long fast.
Yeah, it's not easy. Yeah, it's not easy.
You have to make it through like 2 or 3 days before you get past that point to where you're like.
Yeah, well, it's not supposed to be easy though, because we're so like accustomed to eating every day, and it kind of brings back I don't know what the correct word is for it, but like a primal like instinct, I guess, like built in. That's when you couldn't eat, you had to go like kill your food or whatever, and it's like from that, like it helps you like be more focused, be more alert, like stuff like that. But it's also good for like your like internal health too. Because if you're just like constantly shoving shit in your mouth like for like 24 hours, like your body isn't able to process all that, and it just like disposes of it, or like the like excess process of like the food and stuff like that is like messing up your organs and stuff like that. But that's like also another thing. I don't have notes. I just wrote down a bunch of random stuff that I want to talk about. But it did, like how I mentioned the slow cook of the sourdough bread. If apparently like, you know, like meat has like carcinogens in it that are activated and then cooked at like high temperatures. Like if you cooked a steak like at 400 degrees and it's done in like 10 minutes. Like well, I saw we've been like using Joe Rogan's steak recipe recently, and it's actually way better than like normally cooked steak too. It's better than any restaurant steak I've ever had for sure. But it's like the idea of like slow cooking it and then like searing it on like the outside, because if you like slow cook it first, it doesn't allow the carcinogens to activate like in the meat, because they have to be cooked at like a certain temperature. I don't know what it is, but and I mean it takes like an hour for like the steak to like fully be done. It's like 35 minutes in the oven on like 275, and then you just like sear it after that like on a hot skillet. But there's also like people who smoke their meat for like 4 hours and stuff like that, and it's like, oh man, but smoked meat's the best though. Sure.
I don't know like how people. I mean like, I don't know if I've ever even eaten smoked meat, to be honest.
Yeah, we had the pig roast, next pig roast that's smoked meat.
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean that's a little bit different though, because it's roasted. It's not really smoked. It's roasted over.
It's put in a smoke. No, but it's put in a thing. They have the barrel.
They roasted over the thing.
I thought they put it in the barrel. Oh, and Mike does whatever, he smokes his meat when he cooks it for like his pulled pork and stuff like that. That's smoked.
I thought it was just roasted. I didn't think it was smoked.
It's smoked.
But no, like people that would like smoke their like steak and stuff, like leaving it in the like grill or whatever outside. Yeah. Like, wouldn't it taste smoky after you?
I don't know. I think that's the best way to like cook
for
food.
4 hours though. Like I know if you put like food in the oven and your oven like smokes or something, like because something drips in there or something, your food tastes like tastes charred, even though it's not burnt. It tastes like it's burnt.
Well, it's not the same because.
But it's smoke running onto the food though.
But it's different because like. Say something's in your oven and it's like burning. Yeah. That's different smoke than a charcoal producing like smoke into your.
But doesn't charcoal smoke, like smell worse than regular smoke?
Nah, I think smoked meat tastes the best.
Oh, I've never had smoked steak or anything like that. I guess.
I mean, like ribs smoked are the best. Like that's why I like smoky barbecue.
Ribs are different though. Huh? Because ribs are different though. Because you put sauce on them.
Yeah, I guess.
So that it kind of masks the taste.
Yeah.
But what was I thinking of? Oh my god, what's that meat? Oh, there's some kind of meat that I was thinking that you don't really like cook that much. I think it is just like smoked. You don't really like cook the insides that much. It's just cooked to the point where it's still like red. I forget what it is. Some kind of
steak?
No, some kind of pork or something. I think.
I don't know.
I don't even know what it is. But I thought it was disgusting. People were freaking biting into this stuff like it was still bleeding. I was like,
where the hell were you?
No, I was watching it on a video on Twitter or something. I was like,
I mean, that's how I like my steak like a little bit.
They said it's supposed to be like that.
Yeah, because you're not supposed to like cook the inside of your meat that much.
Like if it was still, I could see pink, but man, it still bleed. That stuff was dripping blood.
It tastes way better, man. Like
dripping blood.
I mean, I've had steak that's been like pretty, not like uncooked.
No, I mean no, I know steak, but like that's different. Like this stuff was pink on the outside still. When
really?
Eating it.
I don't know about that.
I don't even know I can't remember what it was, but it was pink on the outside. I was like, they tell you that's how it's supposed to be cooked. But I don't know if that's safe. It still has its like layer of poison on the outside.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, that's what like a lot of red meats. You eat red meat, you can like cook like.
I mean, like you just have to cook the outside of it. That kills all the germs.
Yeah.
But, I mean, when the outside's still like still raw, yeah,
still mooing.
People are biting into. Like this person picked up the thing and like bit into it, and it was like. They just bit someone's hand off. Like there was blood coming out of their mouth. I'm like, you gotta be joking.
Oh my god.
It was like sick. A real freaking thing too, like a real cooking like episode of something.
Oh my god.
It wasn't a joke. I was like, Jesus.
Yeah, but what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, but that's like another thing I wanted to get into is like people talk about like if you're supposed to eat what your ancestors ate, that's like how, because like in certain zones of the world there's like different foods that are produced there. So like they talk about at blue zones, like areas where there's like high depression rates, like Scandinavia and stuff like that, like where the Vikings were. It was like super cold all the time, but their diets were like rich in like rich nutrient food, so like fruits and like vegetable, like high in that stuff. And that like allowed them to get through like seasonal depression and stuff like that. But I was like looking up like our diets, like what we would do, and
it would just be like I would assume it'd be like deer meat or something.
I was actually surprised what it was. Well, I looked up Polish and Slovakian because we're like.
I thought you meant like United States.
Oh no. I mean, the United States technically don't have a.
No, I thought you meant like where you live at. Is what you.
No, I mean like your ancestry, like diets. Well, anyways, do some research yourself, eat healthy, and have a positive and productive day. I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. If you're listening to the podcast, it would mean the world to us if you gave us a rate and review. Subscribe to the podcast as well, so you're first to know when we release new episodes. Be sure to download the podcast to help us out. If you're watching the podcast on YouTube, the full-length podcast is in the description. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe as well. Check us out on all of our social media. Our Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat are all official SSOL. Again, that is OFFICIALSSOL. That is on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. And you can find us at Secret Spice of Life on Facebook. Don't forget to check out our website and blog. New blog every Wednesday, and potentially some bonus blogs throughout each week. Be sure to check out our Patreon as well, because for 2019 and every year coming, we are going to monetize our Patreon for charity. So anything that is donated to our charity tier on there will be donated to a charity of your choosing or our choosing by the end of the year or every 6 months or so. But yeah, make sure to donate to that to give back to other people. And as always, have a positive and productive day.
Welcome to some shit that's considered legendary.